I'm trying. I'm trying.
Woo,
It's a lot. It's really hot.
Taste the fire, feel the heat, chilling while you're on your feet. Spicy challenge can't be beat. Hot seat wings, it's time to.
Hello, I am Pastor Tina Carragher of the Community Praise Church, and I want to welcome you to another episode of The Hot Seat, where if the questions don't get you, the hot sauce will. My guest on today is Elder Franklin Baker. He is one of the he is the the head elder of the Community Praise Church. How you doing, Elder Baker?
Outstanding. How are you?
Outstanding. I'm good. I'm ready to get into
Looking
these
forward to the
questions.
heat.
You get what you asked for. All right, well then let's get started.
Yes.
Okay, so the first hot sauce we're gonna do is called Ghost Island.
Sprinkle on.
Now the funny part, y'all, is he didn't do any homework, so he has no idea what to expect from this. All right, Ghost Island. Here we go. You ready?
Yes.
All right. Get your wing. Let's eat. Okay. I like the flavor of that.
Like that.
Okay. So, my first question, Elder Baker. You are the head elder of Community Praise Church. But what do you do for a living?
For a living, I've been for the last 30 years in the nonprofit space. Currently, I serve as the president and CEO of United Way of Central Maryland. Been in this role for about 8.5 years. And our territory is Baltimore City and the 5 surrounding counties.
So what do you do there?
So as the president and CEO, I really have the responsibility for everything that happens at the organization. We have about 200 employees. We serve about 150,000 lives per year through 34 different programs and services. And we're probably one of the flagship United Ways in the entire global United Way system.
Wow.
So we help with building leaders. We help mobilizing the caring power of communities. We help with ensuring that people have the opportunity to live their best life on their own terms. So economic advancement, education, housing, health, and a number of other things.
Well, I'm glad you're the CEO because you rattled that off.
I've had plenty of opportunity to do so.
Clearly. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go on to our second hot sauce. This one is called Death Stalker.
That's okay. Okay. Oh.
Good thing we have ice cream. Oh, Jesus. So there's some new... Oh, Lord. Scoop some of that into...
I'm going to do the same. Just scoop some, just in case.
Just in case. Lord,
Okay.
I didn't process that before I... Okay.
I'm following your lead.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go.
Ready?
Uh-huh. All right. My second question. You good? Okay, I'm good. We good?
So
We're
far.
both so far. Okay. My second question is, for Thanksgiving, what is your choice? Sweet potato pie or pumpkin pie?
Sweet potato pie.
Sweet potato pie. Really?
It is just probably more tradition versus taste. We've been doing it so long over the years. I just have come to prefer that one, but I like both. I like both, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sugar or salt on grits?
Salt on grits.
Salt on grits.
On grits. Salt on grits. Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit of cheese.
You paused there for a minute.
And a little butter, salt, and cheese is the ingredients typically that work for me. Yeah. But salt, yeah.
Salt?
I've tried sugar. But
Okay.
it's not bad. I just prefer salt.
Prefer salt. Okay, well I'm gonna prefer to go to the next hot sauce.
Okay.
All right. This next one is called Fat Cat, and so far we are doing okay on hot sauce.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
You look a little frightened, Elder. The joy of the Lord is not your strength.
It is.
It is. Okay. All right, Fat Cat. Here we go. Ready?
Fat cat.
Let's go. Okay. So because you're an elder, I'm gonna ask you a Bible question.
Okay.
All right, test your biblical literacy.
All right.
In the Bible, there's a man who sacrifices his child, not because the Lord told him to, but because he made a vow. What was that man's name?
Abraham.
No. That is not the correct answer.
When you said a vow, I was just thinking of sacrifice his son.
Yes. Would you like to know the correct answer?
I would, if you don't mind. Please.
I don't mind, actually. His name was Jephthah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Jephthah made a vow.
Yeah.
Took his daughter came out the house. Yeah, he just, man.
And that was just top of mind. I've been watching David, The Throne of David, on, I think it's Netflix. And my mind has been absorbed with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and then the lineage, right?
I know.
But
it was a trick question.
Yeah, I got it.
I mean, it's a word.
Thank you for the question. Thank you for the question.
Okay, well, let's get on to some other easier questions. Here we go. The next one is cherry bomb.
And the key is all of these are hot sauce, regardless of the name.
I don't know. I guess we'll see. Okay.
Too much.
All right, here we go. So, this one's okay. This is
It's
good.
actually okay, yeah.
Yeah, so far, easy breezy. Beautiful girl.
So far.
Okay. You've been in the church for a long time. What would you say is the hardest part about being a Christian?
The name, which is wearing the name, which means the personality, mind, character of Christ. Just 24/7, 365, knowing that anytime you share something about Christ to someone, you're essentially saying, I'm a representative of the person I'm referring to. And just being reminded about that all throughout the day, all throughout the week, the month, the year, that literally people look at you and they should be seeing your good works and glorifying the Father. But there are moments when we don't reflect the character, personality of Christ. And that's our biggest assignment, right? So, yeah.
I can get down with that. That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
That's literally my everyday prayer. Just help me to reflect the character of Christ, personality, the attitude, the mindset of Christ to everyone I meet, whether it's a transaction on a deal, a team member, legislative official, it doesn't matter, inside the home with family. How do I make sure that before I say something that would not be God glorifying or Christ honoring, just pause for a second and say, what would Jesus do type of thing, right? What would Christ do? And that's really, I think, the biggest challenge for the everyday believer is moment by moment living to be a reflection of Christ, right?
That's some good counsel. That's some good, that's good leadership. That's good spiritual
That's what I
leadership.
strive to do. I'm running, trying to make 100.
I get I get it.
Yeah, striving for that high call. And we fall. If a man falls, get back up, right? And continue to move in a direction that's positive. But that is the high calling that Peter and Paul all strive for, is that high calling of Christ. And it is a high calling because we've never met a perfect person.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
There were a few that were dealing with him for 3.5 years. They were dealing with a perfect person.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But even that perfect person submitted himself to a process.
Yes.
Submitted him. So our job as Christians really is, how do we submit ourselves to the process of making sure everything about our life is centered around Christ? That's it. I mean, he was like, Father, not my will, but your will be done. Right? In the Garden of Gethsemane, he had the ability literally to defy what they agreed upon in heaven before he came down. Yeah. But he just said, it's not my will, but yours be done. And there's moments like that for all of us as believers, where we probably have the ability to do something, but we recognize this is not what Christ would do. We have the legal right or the right of advantage to do something, but we decide not to do it because this is what Christ would do. So that is the highest calling, I believe, for a Christian, is living that name.
Yeah. When I was talking to somebody this week, I was sharing with her that, especially for people who struggle with perfectionism, right?
Yes.
And high achievers, perfectionism, that works in corporate America, that works for on-the-job performance. But when it comes to our relationship with Christ, the expectation is actually not perfection, because we can't do it.
We can't do it.
We're not perfect. The environment we live in is not perfect. So the only expectation God has of us is just to say yes to him and keep on saying yes. Not perfect. Only one who did. Right?
That's right.
Okay, you ready for the next question?
I'm ready.
All right. I don't remember. Were we on this one, the last one? Yes, we were.
And that one was okay, actually.
That one was okay?
Yeah.
All right, so we have now The Bomb Beyond Insanity.
Now, am I at liberty to ask you a question? Where did you get these from? Is it?
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. You got to survive the solstice, player.
Here you go.
Okay. Okay.
A lot on there. Fast.
I know. I'm like, oh, about to start seeing some Negro series in a second. Okay. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
All right.
Okay. My next question.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Get it out. This one was a little hot there.
Okay. You good?
I'm good.
Are you good?
Mhm.
You sure?
Mhm.
All right. Okay.
So far.
I think I'm okay to ask this next question.
Okay. I think I might need to dip in a second, but keep going.
He said I might need to dip. Because I can have 2 meanings.
Well, that's true.
Either you going to leave the interview or you going to get somebody. Okay, so my question is, this is a riddle, actually. You know what? I'm going to join you. I'm over here trying to be strong. I don't need to be strong. I got ice cream.
Exactly.
All right. So my question for you. Yeah. I hear it.
Okay.
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Take a dip. Another dip.
Oh, my. I should have just gotten regular vanilla. I got so with too much. Okay. Woo! Okay. What? Your face.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
Woo!
It's a lot. It's really hot.
Oh, it is? Okay. I'm glad I'm not dying alone. My lips. Whoo! All right, so my question, it's a riddle. If I can get it out. My riddle is, why do melons...
I'm trying.
Make sure you don't wipe your eyes with your fingers. Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
You'll end up in a worse situation. You do that.
I'm good.
Y'all, we know how to breathe. We know how to breathe. Okay. Whew. Why do melons have weddings?
Because of, I don't know. I don't know.
Your mind is like here,
It's
there,
all
and
over the
everywhere.
place. I'm trying to think of. They're not melons unless they are watered or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of.
Because they cantaloupe.
Wonderful. I love it.
Yeah, thank you. I worked on that one. All right, moving on to the next question. Woo!
And do we really have to go to this one?
We do. Well, let's see. We got to finish this one. This one's called Onima. Woo!
Oh, that one's that one was
Yeah.
that took the cake there.
That one. Oh, we ain't done yet. Ain't time to bust out Cool in the Gang celebration yet. Oh man. Whew. And I've been through this, and yet it still gets me every time. All right, let's go. You ready? Okay. Are you sure? Okay. All right. You've been here for a long time as a member of CPC.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see as CPC's future?
I see us continuing what we've done for decades, being a beacon, not only on the corner of Braddock and Russell Road here in Alexandria, Virginia, but by virtue of the broader community throughout the region, and then globally, continue to expand our ministry that reaches so many people in the U.S. and so many countries around the world. I do believe more and more people that are in other parts of the world are hungry for teaching, for truths, for transparency around what things we struggle with as believers, how can we overcome. And you alluded to that earlier, being plugged into Christ, allowing him to do the work in you. But I do believe this calling for Community Praise Church is so important because we've got a nice history of having done the work of doing evangelism series, taking Sabbath school seriously, doing outreach in community, sharing as much as we can far and wide intentionally. So I do believe that will be important for us to continue that role in the local, sort of hyper-local community, but in the broader global sense as well.
I agree with you. And I think that CPC is a very unique Adventist Christian church in that there are some places you go, and you're going to have an experience.
Right.
But I believe that when you come to CPC, you can actually have a real Christian experience. I think that's what one of the things that sets us apart as a church.
Yeah, there's a saying, and I think the saying is true for a reason. When we say people leave Community Praise Church to transfer to another church, either in our particular conference or some part of the country, or in another country, we always say once a CPCer, always a CPCer, because of the impact here is so heartfelt, headfelt. It is so very difficult to replicate the experience that people have here in terms of the caring. The people here at Community Praise Church are such a caring people. And I believe that can translate so others can see that we model that here and they can actually begin to live that out in other places they may go. And so it is really a difficult church to leave because of the model we've set and how we work together as a family of believers, right?
Yeah. Now, I do have to say that even though, y'all keep saying once a CPCer, always a CPCer, we do want people to actually transfer the
That's
memberships.
exactly right.
I mean, it sounds good.
Yeah.
But, if you want to actually become a whole member.
And we also have people that were CPC members, transferred to another church in different life circumstances, find themselves coming back to worship. But sometimes those people struggle with removing their membership from the place they went to come back to be permanently embedded here. So it is both. It's both. Yeah.
Yes. You ready for this last question? So far, first of all, I got
the final crisis.
preparation for the final crisis. Yes. All right. So our last, I just gotta hold this up. Our last hot sauce is actually called, so fitting. It's called The End.
Oh, okay.
This is the end. This is the last hot sauce.
Okay.
All right.
And it has to be something to the fact that it's the smallest too.
What?
It has to be something about the fact that it's the smallest.
Maybe, maybe not.
All right.
The end of the road, Elder.
Let's see what we feel here. Let's see. Trying not to do too much because you're going to try to trick me here.
Trick you?
Deceive me and think just because it's small, it's not going to be too hot.
I didn't say nothing. Okay. Oh, Lord.
Ready?
Oh, Lord.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Okay.
Ready?
You ready?
1, 2,
All right.
3.
Okay.
Okay. Starting off okay, but it's starting to pick up.
It is picking up. Yeah, with some gusto, actually.
It actually is.
All right. Okay, so. Whew. And it doesn't taste good, actually.
That's the first one I swallowed like that. Too well.
All right, so my last question for you, Elder, is this. What is the name of the disciple that replaced Judas Iscariot?
Replaced Judas, I know it, but for some reason, I do know it. They replaced Judas Iscariot. I don't know why it's not coming to mind. Maybe because it's so hot. Ooh. Oh, man. Replaced Judas Iscariot. I know this. I've actually been tested on this before.
You've been, really?
You know, like Bible games.
Oh, Bible games.
Quizzes and over the years.
Was hot sauce involved in this?
No.
Man, that is not flavorful at all. Yeesh.
Tell me the answer, even though I know it because I've done it before. Just for some reason, it's just.
I'll give you a hint. It starts with the letter M.
It's not Matthias. It's Malchus. No, not Malchus. Not Matthew, because it's already.
It's definitely not Matthew.
Not Matthew, we know that.
Yeah, because he's already
It's already in the 12.
He made it to the Ark of Safety. Oh gosh.
I don't want to hold
This
something.
last one is terrible.
It
It's
is.
just like a bad. It's like hot, but it's also gross. It's not flavorful at all. I'll give you another hint. The next letter starts with an A. So you got M-A. Ooh, that last one's nasty.
M.A. Still drawing a blank.
All right, well, stay tuned for the next episode of The Hot Seat where we give you the final answer as to who replaced Judas Iscariot.
So we can drink water after this.
Oh,
there will
you
be
can-
glory after this.
There shall
There'll be
glory.
water after this.
Yeah. Ooh! Not good. Elder Baker,
Yes.
you made it to the end.
I made it to the end.
Yes. My tongue.
Endure to the end.
You endure to the end. There shall be a crown when it's all over. I want to thank you.
Thank you.
He's breathing, y'all.
I'm breathing.
All right. I want to thank you. Is he still with me?
Yes, still
How
with
many fingers am I holding up?
4.
All right, just checking. I want to thank you for being the guest with me today on this episode of The Hot Seat. Are there any programs or initiatives that you want to plug before we,
At Community
Pull the
Praise
curtain.
Church.
or just in your business?
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
I would just say that at United Way, our main theme and main focus is to work with community, to come alongside community, and not to provide services and programs to and for people in community, but to do it with them, to co-create solutions that give them the seat to offer the suggestions, the best practices, things that would make whatever intervention, whatever strategy, put them at the front of the line in terms of input, in terms of how does this best fit my need in community. So we have done a lot of that listening, community listening. So the things we do are a direct result of listening. And that, to me, really can apply to the church. When you are thinking about outreach strategies in a community where your church is nestled, not necessarily always crafting all of it internally and then going to the community to share it, finding ways to co-create with community. How can this be improved, enhanced? How can this be best received by people in community, whatever it is? If it's an outreach to a concert, outreach to Bible study, outreach to food that may be available for them or clothes or things like that. What is the best way to involve the community in things that benefit and entail the community?
Okay. So if people need resources or direction or whatever, how can they find your company?
They can go to uwcm.org. That's United Way of Central Maryland.org.
Okay. Well, again, Elder Baker, I want to thank you for giving me your time and your taste buds on this episode of The Hot Seat. This has been fun and it's been entertaining.
And on the way home, I guarantee you, Pastor, I'll remember who the person is that replaced Judas.
You will be judged in the jury of public opinion.
That's right.
Listen, y'all, this concludes our episode of The Hot Seat. I just want to thank you for tuning in. And listen, we have a few more episodes left before we call the season finale of The Hot Seat. But make sure that you follow us on Facebook and YouTube because you don't want to miss anything happening at the Community Praise Church. All right, that's it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Taste the fire.